Good evening, everybody. Welcome to I'm No Rookie, episode 24. Brought to you by Metal Gear Speedrunners. My name's Plywood, and if you know anything about anything, I stream Monday nights on this channel. And today we are returned once again with SolidTony, back from vacation, back from some R&R to come back to the Babel. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to come back and learning some more Ghost Babel.
Fantastic. So for anyone who is unfamiliar with the format of this show, we're going to be doing some edumacation to start. The first half of the show will be some teaching, and then the latter half, something along those lines, 60-40, we'll see, is Tony doing a run up to what we've taught. So it's going to be fun. Stick around, y'all, for I'm No Rookie. So we bring it on over to our teaching screen. And we're going to start the clock, and it's going to start. I believe in the clock. And let's see that juicy clock start. All right, fantastic. So we ended off last time with stage 5, and now we are at stage 6, which is going to have our second boss fight of the game. Now I want to count how many bosses there are. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if I'm counting correctly. So this is the second one. The whole place went lights out, so you're going to be seeing a lot of thermals during this stage.
Okay.
So you just go to this conveyor belt, and that's our first thing, is getting to this conveyor belt. I'll show the I'll do like probably all the way up until we get to the boss, because it's not too complicated. So there is R5 ammo over here that you can pick up. And just get my rewind set up. This is not actually on. There we go. Very important that I have the ability to rewind. So you can pick up some R5 ammo over there. It's completely free. You just have to walk by that guard. Like, don't worry, he's asleep. So you just cross over. You don't necessarily need the R5 ammo, but pick it up for now. And I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, there's no guard here. Actually, there is. Mobby, I think it's been a little bit.
Yep.
So,
sorry,
what's up?
just real quick. Are you sharing your screen?
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
sorry. It's because you should have stopped me like
my bad. I thought
a
you were.
few minutes ago.
Now you're good.
Okay, we're here. We're good. Well, thankfully we're not at a point where that would have been disastrous. So
Right.
all I did was run past this guard. You drop, guard's right here. Pick up the ammo. And at this point, I think you can just shoot this guy. I don't think you need... If I can get this angle right. Like that.
Oh wow. Okay.
But problem is guards show up. So what you'll see me do is there's actually this visual cue on the wall that I'm going to use to throw a stun. I think it's right there. No, not quite. I think it's the next tile down. Boom. Okay, there we go. So you see there's no guard now. This is gone. This is a
Oh,
very
wow.
particular spot on the wall. I just throw a stun. So it's you see the line that's like where the boxes end on the bottom?
Yeah.
That's your visual cue that you want to use. I'm just gonna confirm with my notes. Open up the wiki, which I suggest you also do as well, because I'll be, you know, looking at the wiki for my yeah. So it's that line at the bottom of the crate. That's where you want to throw your stun, and the guard will just be gone. And then there's no risk of you getting punched or anything like that. And you just hold down left here, like that. So one thing you're going to notice about this stage is that there's a lot of doors, a lot of card doors. So what you can do is throw a stun to open up doors. That way you don't have to like equip the card and it just opens up automatically.
Mm.
That's something you can do. So you saw what I did. While I was approaching the door, I threw the stun and the door just opens automatically, because if I have the card, the door will just open, because basically the base is on alert and they're like, all right, open all the doors. Let's go find this guy. Down here is chaff grenades. You don't really need them, but I mean, I would say just pick them up starting out as safety, but you know, with the cam shot glitch, you shouldn't need it at all. Shouldn't be necessary, but shouldn't, but might as well pick it up starting out. And then once you get more comfortable, you can avoid picking it up. Up there in the corner is some more R5 ammo. If we didn't pick up the R5 earlier, that's where it would be, but since we already picked it up, we can completely ignore it, which is nice. And just run diagonally to avoid getting hit as well as you can, of course. And we want to maintain this alert so that the doors stay open, right? Now here, usually you're fine just making a run for it. Usually it's fine. I have seen this guard shoot and hit you, but usually you can just run by him as long as you're holding, as long as you know where you're going, obviously. If you're dilly-dallying, he's more likely to hit you. You know, as you've learned up until this point, like not knowing where you're going is going to cause problems because you're more likely to get hit because of delays in your movement. So at this point, we're going to walk these conveyor belts. Stand up after you see his feet clear, and then you're going to go first conveyor belt, second conveyor belt, third conveyor belt, you go up left. Okay, so you go past the first two, and right before this one that's at this left sorter, you go up left. And I'm just holding up left, crawling through like that. There's some more ammo right here. So you can have a ton of R5 ammo. I forgot which ones are like actually the best as far as the ammo pickups, but just to start off, again, I'm just gonna say pick it all up. You know, there's
Right.
there's no harm. Once you're more comfortable with the game, you can start cutting resources, but you can pick this up. There's going to be a codec here. I'm actually going to make a little save state just in case this does actually mess up with the cycle. So I know I'm not saying any nonsense to you. Okay. So we might pick this up. This is a very short codec, so it's just a short, humorous codec. It's a very small interruption, so don't take like a long sip of water there. Say you see this guy, he'll see you, but it doesn't matter. whatsoever. By the time he sees you, you're out. If you were doing rank 1, you'd want to kill that guy, but since this is just any percent, like, you can just ignore him. If for some reason you need a ration, there is one over here. I'm just letting you know. You shouldn't need this, but if you were in need, you can go over here and pick it up. There's no guard on easy, so it's completely free aside from the time investment. So and then we come over here, and then this drop over here leads us to the boss. So I'm gonna stop. Do you have any questions so far?
No, not at the moment.
All right, cool.
All right.
So we're gonna see how you handle stage 6. It's pretty simple.
Okay. So you're here. I just jump down.
Yep. And that guard will never notice you. It's all good.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't hear your game audio.
Oh, you don't hear. Oh, you don't hear it at all.
No. Nope.
Oh.
Just double check your OBS that the
Let me see if
audio is coming through. There we go.
you can hear it now.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I lost my train of thought here.
So you're going left. You're going left. You can't use the elevators because the power is out, so we have to go around. You
Oh, whoops.
want to, yeah, you want to throw a stun before you hit this door.
Oh, so you know.
So like you run down left, yeah. You're like running down left along the wall, and then you throw the stun like right before you're approaching the door. That's how you wanna do that.
Okay.
And then you're gonna ignore this item because you don't need it. Yeah, you should not pick that up because it's slower picking up that ammo compared to the other R5 ammo, and then this happens. So,
Okay.
and then you're going right. So you're kind of like going, it's sort of like you're going back to the sorters, but not through the elevator.
Okay.
And see, like that little delay caused that guy to hit you.
Oh,
We'll
I
do it.
forgot
We'll do it again. It's all good because
Yeah.
this stage is much simpler compared to stage 5. Yep, it's that one. You just hold up left and then crawl. Once you see his feet clear, then you stand up. Have a little codec. Then you're gonna cut up to get to the left side over here. Yep. Then you're gonna go around. Keep on going down. Do not go right. There you go. It's like the one thing that could trip you up if you don't know which way you're going. You might have to go all the way around. And then at this point, you're gonna go down then to the left.
So, like right here? Or...
Nope, that's directly to your left. I said down and to the left.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
And then you go to the right So don't. Nope, 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 nope. That's up. I said right. You got to go towards the right, not because if you go up there, you'll end up in some weird spot. And then you just keep on going. Yep, that's the way to the boss. So let's do the start of the stage again.
Okay.
Do you want to see me do it one more time, or would you like to just go at it
Um,
again?
if let oh, I forgot to make a state. Give me. Why don't you get set up, and then I'll catch up to you because I have one like right before stage 5 minutes. I probably should have made a
Okay,
save state. Yeah. So.
it's all good. I already have my save state set up, so. Well, this is
Oh.
good review for this.
Yeah. I already messed up.
Oh, I mean, we could even go over that audio method, but oh, you're using it.
Oh, it's close.
Nice. Very good. It's all
Oh wait.
thanks to you and me realizing like this method is dumb. We need something better. Yep, blue then red, like the alphabet.
Boom.
Very good. Then you blow up the wall.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
why-
had that backwards. You put the C4 at the bottom and then you go to the top.
Oh. Okay.
Also, uh try not to ever waste C4.
Okay.
Just as a forewarning, because in the ultimately, like, it's just like the grenades, you don't want to waste them. There is extra C4 for you to pick up, so don't worry, but
All right. Let me.
any explosive routing in this game you should be thoughtful of not wasting.
Yeah.
The ammo less so, because there's plenty of it. All right, so while you're sitting through this, I'll do the stage again,
Yeah.
and I'll narrate what I'm doing. So I'm gonna pick up this ammo. I'm gonna equip my stuns. I'm gonna throw the stun at the crate line right there. Guard's gonna disappear. Hold down left. And then we're gonna go to the left and approach the door. Throw a stun right before the door. So, boom.
Sun before the door. Okay.
Then we're gonna ignore that box. We don't need it. Just hold down right. I'm gonna equip my R5 now. You could do it. It doesn't matter. Just at some point you need to equip the R5. Wherever is good for you, equip the R5. But do not enter Marionette L without having the R5 equipped. That's really bad.
Okay.
Because you want to be ready at the start of the fight to start fighting. Third
actually-
conveyor belt. What's that?
I had a question, but
Go
you can
ahead.
go
Okay.
on.
I'm gonna pick up this ammo. 87 bullets is like complete overkill, but you know,
Better to have
I'm
it.
gonna assume that you're gonna have a lot of problems at Pyrobison, basically.
Okay.
So pick both of them up. You're gonna cross up. This guard Oh, he actually didn't see me. I think it's because I picked up the ammo. If you did not pick up the ammo, he would see you as you go into the conveyor belt. All right. So you go straight down. Just keep on going down.
Okay.
Down, 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 down. See, down, 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 down. What the heck? Okay, there we go. That was weird. The controller just like stopped for a moment there. Then we hug this perimeter. So you don't want to go up first. You want to go up second.
Okay.
And then you'll be at the door to Marionette Owl.
Okay. Cool.
Which also you approach this door and you equip the card, but we'll get there. All right. Do you have a question now?
Yes. So when you're crawling on the conveyor belt, would
Mhm.
it be best to go reverse that way your feet are sticking out and that way you could stand up faster, or is that like not a thing? Or would you not know? Like if that kind of makes sense.
That's
Like if
an
you're crawling.
interesting question. Um, I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think that actually matters. I mean, hang on. Let me just rewind here to this one. Okay, so like
So like yeah, if you're doing that.
I'm pretty sure well this one is not the best example because there's a load zone, but like just because you can see his feet, his whole body has to be out. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
So I don't think that's actually a thing. It's not like Solid 1. Well, even in Solid 1, you still have to be like his body still has to be fully out. It's just that he stands up in that position, but it's not like that in this game. Even if I turn, I'm still standing up in the same position. I'm just facing different directions, right?
Right.
So it doesn't actually they don't have that weird foot position thing like Solid 1 does. So okay.
Okay. So I'm ready. Oops.
That's right. We're gonna pick up the ammo. Then you're going to throw that stun at that tile line. That should work. Yep. And then we go to the left. Remember to throw that stun as you approach the door.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to be along the bottom wall.
Okay.
Don't be up at the top because you're already going to go down anyways. There's no reason to be hugging the top, along with the fact that the guards will be at the bottom. So yeah, so like during that screen transition, I'm holding up right.
Okay.
So you know, that's like the thing in this game is like during that blackout, you're holding your next movement. And that third conveyor belt, good. There's no need to like change direction. You can just hold up left that whole time, by the way, in
Okay.
the conveyor belt sorter.
Oh, oops. I'm accidental press there.
No biggie, you're going the right way. So and then we go which direction here, Tony?
Down.
Yep, down,
Left.
down, down.
Oh.
Yeah, the way you were going originally, that's where you go get the night vision goggles, but we don't need those. So don't worry about it. And then you go to the right. Awesome. Yeah, it's at this point, if you're being efficient, this is probably where you should menu both your R5 and your card. I do it right before I approach the door because then there's no way I'm going to get lost, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm approaching the door and like this, and then, okay, I'm on the wall, then I see the light, and then I go up. So you have to enter the door blind.
Okay.
There's no other way around it. I think maybe if you throw a stun here, should actually try that out. Okay, by the way, you 100% make a save state here. After this like little animation plays, you'll see both of the dolls bow. After the dolls bow, make a save state.
Okay.
All right, I want to try this. I'm gonna throw a grenade. The door opens. Okay, I mean that. I don't know how worthwhile that is, but you can make the door open on its own.
I was gonna say maybe you could use stuns, but don't you need stuns?
You don't really need stuns. I mean, it's an interesting question though. I mean, the stuns are uh it's tricky. Thank you for the raid, Pazzo. Right, so Owl raises his hand, then the dolls bow. At this point, you should make a save state
Okay.
because you're about to start the fight. So this fight on easy is a bit weird. Um, the way this fight works, there's essentially two. Actually, yeah, there's two phases to the fight, and Owl will cycle between them. At the start, um, Owl's gonna just spin around with the dolls in a circle. After a certain period of time, the dolls will and Owl will make a formation of some kind. There's several formations. In the wiki, there is a listing of all the patterns that the attack patterns that the dolls and Marionette Owl do. Your goal in this fight is to shoot Marionette Owl, not the dolls. Um, if you shoot a doll, what's going to happen is that the doll's going to fall to the ground and it's going to spray out an aerial bullet attack, which is not fun. And you're probably going to get hit. Now, if you hit a certain doll, I'm trying to remember which one it is. I think I have it listed here. Which doll is it? Osan. Yeah. So you can't really tell which one is Osan, but if you hit Osan, that will Marionette Owl will also fall to the ground. So like if you shoot Osan, the doll, you will see Marionette Owl also fall in case you shoot the wrong doll. Because Marionette Owl disguises himself as one of the dolls, and it's really hard to you can't tell. If you had the night vision goggles, you could, but night vision goggles are way too out of the way to bother doing it, and we can easily track Marionette Owl as long as we're paying attention. As you can probably guess, this fight is a little bit complicated, a bit more complicated than Slasher Hawk, since we have RNG to deal with. So the reason why easy is different from the other difficulties is that the first phase, while they're in this triangular pattern that you're going to see in a moment, they move more slowly on easy. So the way we deal with that on the higher difficulties, there's like a static way we approach it. Well, there's a couple different ways you can do it, but there's a static way that you get like 3 shots. But the The dolls move more slowly, so they continue moving slowly, which makes the fight kind of weird. And I'm still not entirely sure how to approach it because at one point I thought it was static like higher difficulties, but it's not. So even though I have a method for easy, I can't confirm that like doing this like you stand in this spot, shoot in this direction at this time, so on and so forth, that's going to work. Am I confusing you so far? Are you following along?
Uh,
I know we haven't even started the fight yet, but
um, I feel like I need to see it, but to like kind of understand it.
yeah,
Uh,
sure.
so
Um, but yeah, two phases to the fight: triangular phase, and then various attack phases. I'm going to link you. I have a whole like all the patterns. Now the problem is that the triangular pattern. Um, I'm just gonna put in the chat since I'm assuming you have the chat open.
yeah.
Um, yeah, if you go to the bottom, all those attack patterns,
Mhm.
it'll show you how they move, like how does owl move, and where owl is with lines and such. There is all the patterns are fine, but there is one pattern in particular that's really awful, and it's what I call stacking dolls. They all like stack together on top of each other, and then they start moving around the room, and it's very hard to know which one is Marionette Owl when that happens. I'll try to show that because this is completely random, by the way. Like you have no control over this. Anyways, let's actually show the fight a little bit rather than just babbling on. Get it? Babbling on. All right. So I'm just gonna follow Marionette Owl. So he's flashing. I know where he is. This is a good pattern. Now, on the higher difficulties, what happens is that Marionette, like once you shoot them once in the triangle, they'll start speeding up, but they continue to move slowly on easy for reasons to make it easier, but in a certain way, it makes it weirder and harder. As you see, like at the start of the fight, I'm holding up left.
Right.
Now, you can actually shoot directly above, but you have to time it very well. But you can shoot like the moment the fight starts as well. This is exactly why I'm saying to you, do not forget to equip your R5 before you start this fight because it just makes it awkward. You want to just like do your movement. In fact, this is pretty much true across all the boss fights. You should come in with your weapon ready. Don't menu to start the fight because it just makes the whole thing flow really awkwardly and you might make a mistake. So I hold up left.
Oh,
See, if I shoot the wrong doll, they explode into a mess. And see,
and you,
that's Osan. That's why you see Marionette all fall as well. What's your question?
I was gonna say you could still like if you make a mistake on the other dolls, you could still follow where she's going still, right? Like it doesn't like how badly does it mess it up?
I mean, you're getting hit and you're losing time. That's if we were on very hard, if you shoot the wrong doll, Marionette Owl gets healed. Thankfully,
Oh,
we're not on very hard, so the mistake is not punished as hard. Um, this is not good. But you should be able to see the whole thing about this fight. The idea is because we're following Marionette Owl the whole time, we get a shot off immediately and we follow those blinks. Marionette Owl is has iframes for a second and a half, and you can actually abuse this by like standing far away and shooting early and letting the bullet travel, and then by the time the iframes are done, it hits Marionette Owl. It's kind of like, what we were doing for Slasher Hawk, remember? We were throwing the grenade early but not really early on time, I suppose is the better terminology for it. So just follow. Being really close like this is not a great idea because, as you saw, like, it's kind of easy to accidentally whiff. Try to aim for, like, the center of Marionette Owl. This is a good pattern. This is this diagonal pattern. It only takes, I think, 6 shots in total. Let's see if I can get the really bad pattern. So we're just gonna... So you see, okay, there it is. This is stacking dolls. If you get this, I'm sorry. This is a really bad pattern. Because
Oh yeah.
you really don't know who Marionette Owl is in this stack. So you kind of you just kind of guess. I guessed correctly. It was the final doll in the stack. So this is where what I was talking about before about shooting Osan and Marionette Owl falls. Like, this is where you really hope that if you do not hit Marionette Owl, at least you hit Osan and you know who Marionette Owl is in the stack. This is just pure guessing, sadly. And you're probably going to get hit as well. This is just a really, really bad pattern. And they move pretty fast as well. They do the pattern twice. You're gonna have to do this fight a lot to get familiar with all these patterns, even though I like showed like, hey, here's these images of the various patterns. This is where like rewind really comes in handy on BizHawk because I can just rewind after um the first few shots and just see if I can get other patterns. But you can just like mess with this fight quite a bit. Just position yourself at a good distance. So I got a bad pattern again. you know, it's not, it's only one pattern that's bad. It's only one pattern that's actually bad. The rest are fine. Like, you can get damage on all the other ones. It's like this one, he's counterclockwise diagonal around the screen. And then eventually they come back into the triangle formation after a while. And then the cycle repeats.
Okay.
Now, ideally, you would finish the fight before this second triangle formation, right? As long as you're following Marionette Owl well, you should be fine. Yeah, that's pretty much the basics. Don't spam your shots, be accurate, because you don't want to hit the dolls. Obviously the problem isn't like death. You're not If you're on normal, you're way more likely to die. Do keep in mind though, if you do take a lot of damage and you're about to die, you need to go into the menu and heal manually because you have your thermal goggles out.
Right.
Okay. Very important because I have made that mistake before. I'm sure Casino has made that mistake before. Like, you're like cutting it really close and you just forget. So just open up your menu and use your ration because you can't fight in the dark. You don't know what the hell you're doing in the dark. The task could probably fight in the dark because we know exactly where Meredith Owl is at all times, but we're not TASs, so okay, that's the lowdown on this fight. You got any questions? I know I spieled a lot there, but it's a complex fight.
No, it's now I understand what you mean. So let me skip all this and make a state.
Yeah, at first it's just like, what are you talking about? But once you understand the patterns that Marionette Owl can do, and you have the right positioning, like it's really not that hard. But at first it's a really weird fight to learn.
Yeah.
If you're really slick, you'll get I think 4 shots That right there is why I suggest shooting up left. Because if you're just slightly off, you're going to whiff your shot.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, so this one, he goes along the bottom wall. It's really short.
okay.
All that you missing stuff is just like you don't know the pattern. So you're like expecting Marinette Owl to do something he's not.
Oh, whoops. I hit the wrong one. Okay. I'll just do it on another go.
I mean, it's a quick fight. You know, you can, you know, practice it quite a bit and you'll get more and more used to what Owl can throw at you. So there is a bit of a learning curve to getting good at this fight, but it's not really super hard. It's just, okay, what's this pattern? What's that pattern? Where should I position myself?
Right.
I will mention that, like, when the dolls shoot, as far as I can tell, is random. So you might get hit, you might not get hit. Um, it's sort of like a bullet hell scenario sometimes. Like, you just have to be very on your toes with this fight. Okay. You want to do all of stage 6 or do you want to move on to 7?
Uh, I'll do. I'd like to run back stage 6.
Okay.
All right. So let me. Oh, whoops. Okay.
This stage, like I said, is a lot easier than 5.
Yeah. Oh, I got stuck.
I will say that Owl is in the context of easy, Owl is harder than Slasher Hawk IMO. But not in the sense like you're gonna die or anything like that. More in, wow, this fight can get annoying.
Yeah, I could already see that.
Now, if we were on higher difficulties, you don't need to turn that wide. You just hug the wall
Oh,
with those crates. On the higher difficulties, even on normal, there is a risk of dying. So this is training wheels Owl. You know, even on very hard, I think you die in like 5 hits. And like I said to you earlier, if you shoot the wrong doll on very hard, Owl gets healed. And as you can imagine, that is
not okay.
pretty disastrous because you were probably going to get hit by the bullet explosion from the doll. Owl's going to get healed. So the deficit is not good. But I don't know if that's the case on hard. I haven't tried it yet, but it certainly is the case on very hard. And if you die on Marinette Owl, you get sent back quite a bit.
Stage 6 is quick.
Yeah, because stage 5 takes forever. Also, you know where you're going. You're not like dropping down the wrong spot and then having to come all the way back around. So that helps a lot. Fun fact, Marionette Owl has a lip ring.
No way.
Yep. You can't tell, but he does. He's also a serial killer, but
Oh,
you know, that's not as fun of a fact. Oh boy.
yeah.
Yeah, so that piece of text where there's like two characters, he's saying time to die, and that's when you need to be ready. Because they're about to go in formation.
Okay, yeah. That was just I wasn't prepared for the angle, but
Yeah. Yeah, just watch the script there. After the two bows, he says a few more lines of text, and then there's two characters and an exclamation mark. That's the final piece. So I always watch that. It's a little tip because it's one of those fights like you want to be ready on the pulse. Okay, so stage 7. This is you can go through the text. Don't worry, get through
yeah.
this. Um, time is of the essence. So stage 7 is the easiest stage in the game. I in yeah, unless you're going for literally the fastest stage 7, then it is harder. But you shouldn't bother with that. That's not really a thing you should do. I'm going to link the stage 7 page on the wiki. This will show all the positions of the mines that we're going to be crossing and crawling over to avoid. Just to begin, as you're probably aware, this part is a complete troll. You do not need to
Yep.
do a puzzle. This is not a puzzle. So let the first door open, then just hold up left. I'm gonna pick up the mine detector just so I can show you what's going on here. But you're not gonna need this. But I just want to show you what's up for educational purposes. But you don't want this clogging up your inventory. So you can see on the radar, there's a mine coming up right here.
Right.
Keep in mind, as you can see, I'm getting a call. You're on a Game Boy Color, and as you've probably noticed, sometimes sounds will override other sounds. There is a click that's supposed to happen when you pick up the mine, but if the call intersects with that sound, you may not hear that click. So do not rely on the audio cue of the click. Rely on the visual cue, okay?
Okay.
So that's just you know, sometimes the click will happen, sometimes it won't, but the call overrides it. If you wanted to be like super careful about it, you could answer the call, but I mean, just know where the mines are. You would not actually lose time by answering this call. But I mean, they're basically like, watch out, there's mines. Like, okay, thanks. So there's a mine here, and then there's a mine here. Am I making that up?
It looks like
No, excuse me. There's two mines. What am I saying? You don't call. There is a mine right here, but you don't cross it. So
so you crossed the first one?
yeah. So actually, don't even need the mine detector. It's completely pointless. This is the fastest route, so don't worry about it. So you see this like corner right here? There's like a corner of this rock.
Mm-hmm.
Once you cross that, that's where the mine is. So you want to crawl over that. Then you go hug this right wall. Okay. And then after you get past this corner, there's a mine here as well. I'm just blowing myself up so you can see very clearly that's where you can't run anymore.
Okay.
So ideally you like crawl and immediately stand up, like you know exactly where it is, and that's how you get a 42 on this stage. But don't worry about 42. Just know where the mines are. 42 is an IL thing. Ideally, you'll get a 43 when you're doing this run on a actual full game run. So yeah, those two mines. Those are the two mines you need to know about. That's pretty much the stage. Well, we're getting ambushed now, and then we have to backtrack. Fun fact, this like mailing dialogue that's about to happen does not happen if you have no radar equipped, like in your options. But as I said before, way before, you want to keep radar on just so you know where you're going. You're not losing any IGT time, and that's how the game's compared. So this bombardment is random. You could get so unlucky that you die here. Like it's happened to me. It's happened to me multiple times. It's uncommon. And I don't even know much damage. Okay, it doesn't even do that much damage on easy. It's like a quarter or something. But like on normal, it's like half your health. Very hard. It's half your health. So you could die here. It's not unreasonable because these fall randomly and you can get like chained into explosions. You have no control over it. So if it happens, you just got really unlucky that day. It's like, I don't know, 1 out of 25 kind of situation that you know, it's uncommon to get hit once. It's even more uncommon to die. Um of course if you like ran into a mine earlier, then you're really putting yourself at risk. So right here, remember, there's a mine, but the position's different since we're coming from a different angle, right? Or it looks different. It's the same mine though. It's the same deal. Don't go into this little hole. You want to cross over right here. Don't get trapped over here. And then right there.
Yeah, basically the same way that we first entered, right?
Well, when you first enter, you're going prone like right here. But when you're coming back, you're going prone like right here.
Okay.
So it's like a step up north because of the radius. So it's the same two mines, but the position's different because of your approach angle. And then you just hold down. And that's stage 7.
Okay.
That's it. Got any questions?
Nope.
All right, that's what I hope. All right, let's see. Give it the old try.
All
And
right.
you could just by the way, you can practice this stage and stage select. It's no issue. You don't need to like a save state for this.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, and frankly, like there's not much to practice here.
All right, let me. Oh, that's why I forgot to unpause it. There you go. Oops.
That'll help. That's like a card door. You need to wait a moment and then you start moving up. And you want to cross through the middle here. Like you went wide.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, it's that like the corner of that L shape.
Oh, there it is.
And you go all the way to the top. Yeah, we stood up like literally right before it. It's at these corners. Like you have to look at the corners of these rocks. Even so, I wouldn't sweat it. I don't think you really need to. I mean, we could do it again if you want, but it's not. It ain't that big of a deal. Stage 8 is way more important than stage 7.
Gotta skip all this.
Yeah, most of the stage is a cutscene, as you may notice. Most of the stage is a freaking cutscene.
Like, he just stands there like nothing happens.
Yeah, he's just like, I think I should move. While there's explosions like 5 feet from him.
Oh, whoops. Oh, I died.
Yep, you got to go all the way down. You're hugging the wall a very long time. Do not cross into the middle. It's very
Oh,
bad.
okay. That's what I did. Okay. There
Yeah,
we go.
you hug the wall's your safety. It's like the canyon in MGS1.
I died
And
again.
you're crossing too early. You have to hug that bottom wall. All right, we're going to do this stage again.
Yeah.
You hug the walls and see you're getting freaking destroyed because you that's what I was saying earlier. Like, you don't want to hit you don't want to hit this shit if you can help it. I'm gonna do the stage for you. Do you have did you you didn't make a save state, did you?
I actually did.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do the stage. And you can study for a hot second. So I delay for a moment here. Cross through this middle, it's the fastest. I've done the frame testing. And then you crouch right here, this corner, or look at that as well, but just past that shadow. And then we hold upright, hug this wall, hug the wall, hug the wall. Then you get to the top of this L by the shadow again. Go prone. Oops, I just like wasted all my bullets. That's not good. It's because I turboed through that. That's hilarious. I'm gonna have to. I wasted 75 bullets because I was holding X. We'll do this again. Well, here we go again. So at this L, go prone. Go upright to the wall. At the top of this L, at the shadow, go prone. Then you're gonna approach the helicopter. You get a cutscene. It's long. It's a good place to take a sip of water. Hold down right. At the top of this L, go prone. Hug the wall. You're gonna see 1, 2, 1 at the 1. So this rock, go down left. Because if you cross like this is what you did earlier. There's a mine there. So we go down left. And then at this corner of the rock, again, it's always these rock corners that I'm looking at. Boom. You just hold down.
Okay.
All right. Let's see you do this.
Try it again.
Gotta remember all these funky, fresh visual cues. Yeah, you crawled early, but that's fine. You didn't get blown up. crawling later and later is, that comes with time, but as long as you're not blowing yourself up before this part, that's good. Also because those mines can be helpful.
Okay.
So we can use those mines later. You don't have to, but you can. Open that up. Where are my clips? Get myself all situated for...
Take yourself a sip of water at this point for me.
Yeah, I told you. It takes a while. Pretty sure I have a clip of this. Pin that. Pin that.
Oh wait, whoops. Okay.
Yeah, after that mine, you're done. It's 2 mines. All right, cool. You did it. Yay!
Yay.
Charge complete.
All right, you can skip these codecs. We're about to enter stage 8. I'm trying to find a clip for...
I'm just gonna skip through all this, or you want me to?
Yeah, just skip through all this. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna hold left.
Okay.
You're gonna go left towards the power plant.
This is about halfway through the game, no?
Yep. This is... You've pretty much gotten through about half the run at this point. Guess I didn't clip this. I'm kind of surprised. So yeah, you're gonna go towards the left.
Oops.
I was hoping I could find that clip, but I don't know if maybe I didn't make it or I didn't post it. That's okay. So you want to make a save at this point.
Okay.
So this is one of the most important stages in the game because it has the big skip in this game, the Nikita skip. And there is also, until we can find a way, which I very do believe it can happen. I just need to post a bounty and I guess bug Dash Rando about it because he said he was thinking about looking for this as a way to manipulate the RNG here, because not only you're going to be in the power plant for the next 2 stages, there's 2 things you have to be... There's something you have to pay attention to throughout this stage and the next, and it's these exposed pillar spots. This luck is determined at the very start of the game when you select difficulty. As you may recall from your casual play, there's various points in the power plant that have exposed pillar spots, and you plant C4 on them, 4 spots in stage 9. This is one of those spots. Throughout stage 8, we're going to be checking some of them. You can check more or you can check less, but I will show you like how to check them. If you go to the wiki on stage 9, there's a full like list of images and set of things. I'm just going to link it right here of all the pillars. And each pillar has multiple spots. I think all of them have multiple spots. Actually, no, there's I think there might be pillar 4 may only have one, but you have to check these pillars. Some of the pillars are good spots, some of them are okay, some of them are awful. And that luck will swing your time in stage 9. And during stage 8, you have to pay attention to it. So after I press this elevator button, I go check. I'm like, okay, is there a spot here? No. Okay. Unfortunate, because that's one of the best spots, but what are you going to do? We're going to go down to B1. You're going to want to equip your card. And then we're going to go through the door. There is this very funky way to save time by blowing up this electric generator with a grenade, but I'm not going to bother showing you that. It's really not that important. It's a advanced strategy, but it's just something to be aware of. You're going to go to the right, and this is going to damage boost you through the puddle. So you just go to the right and damage boost. And then you're going to continue hugging this right area. This is 5.7 ammo. There's a ration over there if you need it. I'm going to pick it up just for kicks. And then you're going to crawl through this vent. Ideally, this is the only time in the whole game you crawl through a vent. Keyword there is ideally, because if things go wrong, you will have to crawl through at least one vent. You'll have to crawl through a vent in stage 9. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you. We're going all the way to the left. So you go up left and then down left here. Just continue going through this track. This screen is kind of weird. My emulator just crashed. Uh-oh. It's not responding. Bishok did not... Okay, there we go. That was a very awkward save state. We're good, though. This screen is more tricky on the higher difficulties, but not so much on this one. You could, I think, use the gun here to make him open the door early, but whatever. Just approach the door. The alert clears. That up there is a spot. You can also check this right now. I would suggest don't do this. It's more convenient to check this spot in stage 9, but this is a spot. So I just got what I call deep basement. And this is as deep in the basement as you, well, almost deep as the basement can go, because there is a spot right here, and that's like the worst thing in the basement. So this is going to lose a lot of time in stage 9. Not the worst, but it's still among the worst. But you can check up here. Just to be clear, so you see I'm like looking at this top left pillar spot. Remember that whenever you see so we saw the spot on the opposite side, right? There can only be one spot per pillar. So because we already saw that there was a spot on the left side of this pillar, because it goes between the walls, right? It's the same pillar. There can't be another one on the same pillar. So assuming I checked like I did, I would not need to check this spot right now. Does that make sense?
No, I'm going to be honest. Then.
Okay. So there are, I think it's 20 spots in total. So there's 9 pillars. Okay. There's 9 pillars. And there's spots that are exposed on these pillars.
Okay.
Okay. And if you imagine, imagine it kind of like the math problem where like you take a marble out of a bowl. Once you take that marble out of the bowl, and like there's a spot on a pillar, there can't be another spot on the pillar. There's only one exposed spot per pillar. Either there
Okay.
is an exposed spot or there is no exposed spot. You can't, there's not like, oh, I planted a C4 on bottom left and top left corner of this pillar. The pillar is gone, right? That is the spot on the pillar. There are no other spots.
Okay.
It's kind of weird to talk about because you're like, well, what do you mean? And it's because you're going to be doing deduction during this stage. Unless we have an RNG manip, you have to do deduction. So it's like, okay, I saw this pillar had no spot, so that pillar is gone from my deduction. Because
Okay.
ideally, you would only check so many pillar spots. You can check more to be safe, but ideally, you'd check as few as possible, aside from the ones that are convenient. Um, This is getting into like stage 9, but I can't like go into stage 9 and be like, "All right, let's now talk about RNG," because it's already here. You have to start thinking about it now, you know? Um it's like, "Oh, by the way, there's this luck component that we should have been talking about in stage 8." Anyways, so what you're supposed to do here is go over to the right. That's our goal. The pillar is completely secondary, but good to know. We're gonna go into this room, pick up this card.
Cool.
Is this the part where we start kicking? We start kicking ourselves because we're running Ghost Babel until there's an RNG minute. So you pick up the card, and what you're supposed to do, quote unquote, is go back through the vent, but that's super slow. Instead, we're going to throw a grenade at this generator, and it's going to cause the electric puddle to not be electric anymore. Okay?
Yeah.
But very important, don't be close to this explosion. I have to emphasize this. You want to reduce the amount of damage you take in this stage as much as possible. It's very important that you do not take that much damage in this stage if you can help it. I mean, you are on easy, there's plenty of rations, so on and so forth. But try to avoid taking excessive damage. So we want to be along this little broken generator, and we just turn, throw the grenade, right? Let the grenade take its travel time. You don't need to like bungle it. Just be patient. If you're like really snazzy, you could start moving like that. You can like start moving up like that. But just wait, okay? Pick up this C4. Like it's right there. It's convenient, and we're gonna need it. This spot, this is a pillar spot right here.
Right.
This is a very common spot. I don't know why, but this spot comes up very often in the RNG seeds. This is like the middle of the basement. It's not the worst, but it's not good. But it's pretty common. Um, so again, I'm making a mental note. Okay, I've seen 2 pillar spots so far, and this is important for stage 9. So what you'll notice me doing when I run this game, I'll be like, okay, that's a spot. Okay, there's no spots there. Like I'll be talking out loud. You want to note this for yourself until we have an RNG up and everything's consistent, right? You got to know. All right. And you see I'm doing another damage boost.
Okay.
That right there, if you look to the left, C2, that's a pillar spot as well. Okay. So I'm
Okay.
like, when I come up here, I'm looking at the left side of my screen. Oh, that's just the pillar. There is no exposed spot. You just go to the door. Enter the elevator, and while you're waiting, you go check, because this is also a spot, and it's like, okay, it's not there. Whatever. I'm now gonna stop because that was a lot. We got through the whole basement, and I'm not gonna continue on to Nikita Skip because that's a whole nother can of worms. So, do you have
Okay.
any questions?
At the moment, I don't, but I think as I play it, I'll probably have questions.
Okay.
At that, yeah, okay. So let me.
So we're going to B1. And when you check pillar spots, you want to check them after you press the elevator button because you're just waiting around anyways.
Oh, oops. That's so. This
Yep.
isn't a pillar spot.
Nope.
Okay.
It's kind of like in stage 5 when I told you, like, okay, go press the elevator button, then go pick up the grenades. It's the same concept. You're just sitting around. So then you spend the time
So this is
checking.
a pillar spot.
Yes, but you should not check this right now.
Okay.
Because when we come back, we press the elevator button, then we check, right? You want to minimize the time you're spending checking, right? Because it's wasteful. If you can just do it during dead time, that's much better than doing it during live time, active time. Do you understand what I mean by dead time versus like active time? Dead
Yeah.
time being, for the audience, if you're not sure what I mean, dead time being auto scrollers and things of that nature where you're just sitting around twiddling your thumbs. Very presumptuous of you that you are gonna be okay. I hope you are with the not picking up the ration. Two is fine, but so that spot I was showing you before in this room that you're entering, I wouldn't check it right now. It's not super convenient. I was
Um,
just pointing it out to you,
okay.
basically.
I forget where to go from here.
You go down right,
Down right. Okay. Oh.
but not into the electrified puddle. And you
Because
need your card. Yeah, you want a menu for the card at the elevator. And then you're going to the right.
Oh, I see. Okay. So.
This alert is now active. That's fine. Pick up the C4. Okay, there's not a spot there. And then you're going to do that damage boost.
Through here?
To the left. To the left. To the left. Yeah, that's not a damage boost because that's the way you're supposed to go. But, I mean... so yeah, you just go along the left side. Push through. As we can see, that is not a spot. But we already knew that because, as we saw before, like I was saying to you before about you took the marble out of the jar, so it's not going to be a spot anyways, right? If that comparison makes any sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you're definitely going to want to make a save state here. This is one of the key moments of the entire run. The entire run. We're about to save like 5 minutes. Like,
Okay.
no joke. Because otherwise what we would have to do is go to the second floor and do that. You probably remember it casually, that really long maze, and then you're like crawling through vents, and eventually you pick up the Nikita.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're not doing any of that shit. It's not worth our time. So we're gonna go to floor 1. There are several ways to do this, but the way I'm going to show it to you is my preferred method. It's the one I suggest people to do these days, is the C4 method. You're going to want to have your rations out, just in case. I'm holding down right going into this screen. There's going to be this codec. Chris is going to talk about her trauma, whatever. but you want to hold down right going into that. It's just part of the setup. This is a very specific movement setup, okay? Like, you don't want to, like, this is not like the time to be like fiddling around and unsure what you need to know how to do this. This is either you're on or you're off. And this method that I'm going to show you is much more consistent than what we used to do. Well, there's been multiple ways, so I'm not going to get into the history of it, but the original way was hella inconsistent. So you hold down right, and you're in this position, right? Then you're going to move to the right. You see this corner? There's like this corner in the tile. The C4 is going to plant right here. Then you're going to run down right around there. I believe that's about it. And you're going to blow yourself up. And this is going to put Snake in the perfect position. Okay, the perfect position so that you hold down. After you get blown up, you hold down. You'll stand up with iframes and get past the only part of the floor that's actually electrified. Only the start of the floor is electrified here. For some reason, they decided only to put part of it. I don't know why. Maybe for data, just like data limitation purposes, who knows? But we exploit that by using iframes. Okay? So I'm going to show this setup again because it's literally that important. So I'm going to just do this again. I didn't mean to waste the grenade, but whatever. So get your C4 and ration ready. You hold down right past this little hallway thing. Hold right to this corner. You don't need to turn. You can just like plant it like that. Don't plant multiples, of course, but then you get past this little tile line like that. And then you detonate the C4 and you hold down. So detonate the C4, hold down. And you see that? I ran past it.
Okay.
Okay, you just hold down. Do not hold down right. You see that? That's not gonna work. Just that little time where you're turning makes this impossible. You need to be in the perfect position. Okay? So you hold down. You're gonna get past that floor. That's just part one, by the way. That's part one. It's only part one. Now we're gonna get to part two. Part two is a bit weird on easy. Oh, I forgot to mention. You either throw a chaff grenade or you do a cam shot, so this turret doesn't hit you and like interrupt you. I'm just gonna hold down left here. So this is a developer shortcut. You're gonna put a C4 here and blow up this wall. Do not crawl through the vent. It's really slow. Just blow up the wall. So this part is really weird. This is another place where I would suggest, like, when you enter the screen save state, there's a few different ways to approach this. Which unfortunately I don't have the clip of the other method, but you could either do it basically what I did before, like place a C4 and like push yourself into the proper position past the second electric floor, or you're going to bait a guard into shooting you. Baiting the guard into shooting you is inconsistent. The guards are really annoying here. Like, sometimes they just don't want to do what you want them to do, put it really plainly. So either I stand over here and then like once I see this guard show up, I'm gonna like stand by this floor and then he shoots. I hold right. So once you see him getting ready to shoot you, get ready to hold right because you're gonna abuse the iframes of him shooting you to across this floor, see? And like I'm getting pushed forward. And hey, notice there's a spot right here. There's a pillar spot. Uh, Focus more on the Nikita skip first, but
Yeah.
pay attention to that. Um you can also like get a stun grenade ready and throw a stun grenade here as well. You can take your chances, but there's a real possibility you'll get knocked to the floor by these guys. See? This is a good place to throw a stun. That right there is a spot. Oh my god, that's the worst spot in the game. That's cool. Thankfully, this is just practice, so it doesn't matter. But I cross over to the left, pick up these grenades, and then I cut over. I'm going to show you the other method, if I can remember how to position this properly. I think it's probably like... No. I think you plant it at the corner. I got shot. I don't want to get shot. I want to try to get this right. Not quite.
Oh,
So
maybe like...
So I think I'm like a little bit too close to the wall. No.
Yeah.
It's probably... Yeah. So like you saw, I planted at the wall, which is... That's a good visual cue, right? Like I'm using the corner of the wall to plant my C4, so I know I'm like the C4 is, in a static position, right? Intersect with that tile line, boom.
Okay.
Now, I would call that more reliable than the guard. The guard, he can start dancing around, he might come in and try to punch you, which is bad. Like, the problem with this method is that you're using another C4. As you've probably noticed, I just used 3 C4s. That's a lot. That's almost a package of C4s, which is why I was saying to you in stage 6, or not stage 6, when you're coming back to stage 6 and you detonate that C4 early, I'm like, that's gonna be a problem, boss. Like, you know, but I do want to say that there are other ways to do the Nikita, like the first part. Like you can use a mine, you can use a grenade, but the most reliable thing, IMO, and easiest thing is that C4 method. Okay, so I'm going to show this whole thing one more time. Do you have any questions before I show it one more time?
At the moment, no.
Okay. Like I said, this is pivotal. If you're not doing this, you're wasting so much time, so you have to learn how to do this. It's not up for negotiation. At one point, we thought it might be up for negotiation on very hard, but then we figured out how to make it a more consistent trick. The only problem is that you pretty much always have to use your ration there, which is not great, but what are you gonna do? Anyways, so we held down right. We go to this tile line. Plant the C4. Get past this tile line. Detonate, hold down. And hold down. I'm emphasizing this. Do not turn early. Hold down until you know you're past the electrified floor. Cam shot or throw a chaff, whatever. I would say cam shot. Then I'm going to equip my C4. Plant it. Boom. What do you want me to show you? Do you want me to show you C4 again, or you want to show you rather the guard?
Show
What
the
do you want to
C4
do
one
here?
more time.
Okay, I'll show you the C4 again. So at the wall, tile line, boom, should be good. Yep. I'm gonna throw my last stun. Oh my gosh. There we go. Get my grenades. and then you'll enter with grenades. You could enter with the Galil as well. It depends, but all right. And then we have a boss, of course.
Jeez.
Yeah, this is a very important stage. So let's see you give this a go. If we
All
can,
right.
take it slow. One part at a time. Just practice like Nikita skip one, and then we'll go to Nikita skip two. The good news is that like there's not a lot of guards annoying or hassling you here. So that's already bad. You're not in the same position as I suggested to you.
Oh,
You
that's right. It was downright, right?
you have to hold down right. I mean, okay, truth be told, you don't have to, but then you're making your new setup, not
Oh, I
mine.
see. Okay, okay. Hold on,
This is all hyper specific.
let me try that again.
And this is not something like if you're not certain about your position, don't rush this, especially when you're starting out. Like you don't know what you're doing, you walk before you run. Because if you screw this up, you're just wasting a whole lot of time trying to get this set up again. So you see, like his position, that's the position you want to be in step one. Technically, you can run into this codec earlier, but I use it as a queue. So, and there's no real reason to go in here early. So then you hold
Oh,
right. If it's too early, because as you see, the position of the C4 explosion changes it. Make your save state when you get to the floor.
yeah, that's
Like,
fine. We do that.
you want to have your ration out. Yeah, you won't need the card for the rest of the stage, so. So you go to that, you hold right until you get to that tile intersection and you plant a C4. Yep,
And
that
then
works.
right about here, right?
Yep, that should work. There is a little bit of a range to it. It's not like pixel perfect, but it's like oh I think you like ran forward afterwards or something. I'm not sure. But you basically want to be like just underneath that tile line. There's like that final square tile line. You want to be just below that. I mean, I also suggest like you can on your own time check out the other setups that are in the wiki. Some of them are historical. Um, the mine setup is still viable. There's a one that relies on a guard that's not great. Are you holding down right after you punch?
I think so. I probably
Yeah,
just don't
you don't.
realize it.
You want to get hurt first. Get hurt and then hold down.
Okay, so detonate, then hold down. Okay, I'm probably doing
Yeah,
it
you want to
down.
get hurt. Yeah, you get hurt and then you hold down.
Okay. Uh,
Too early.
too early. Okay.
Too early on the positioning.
I'm gonna save right here, actually.
I can show you the position again if you want. That helps you.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
want. Okay.
I'm being very slow here for your purposes. I don't usually do it this slow, but This will work. I can show you multiple positions. So that works. You're going to see that I'm going to inch forward again. This will also work. So this is not pixel perfect. This trick used to be pixel perfect, but it's not anymore. That's maybe too far. Yeah, that's too far. That's another pixel. So like there's I think there's like 3 pixels here. And try being like there. I think that might be too close. Yeah, see, that's too close. I'm in line with the tile. Too close. So you have to get... That's just past the tile line, and that works. So you have to be here, here, or here. Okay, I'm looking at like right between his legs right now. I'm looking right between his legs. You could also look at like maybe his head as well with the C4. There's different ways to like look at this situation, but walk before you run. Yeah, walk before you run. Know the positioning first before you like just willy-nilly detonate. You want to know that you're going to do it right. Measure it, or you know what? It's like measure twice, cut once.
Right.
That is this situation. All right.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Do it again. You should do this. You should do this over and over again. Because when we do the full run, you want to be ready for this.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, it's a bit too angled. Very good.
Oh. Oh, that's not right.
Yeah, too far.
Okay.
See that you are at that tile corner before you plant the C4. There's no need to rush it. And this is sort of this part right here is a reinforcement of something I've said to you over and over again of how important movement is in this game. And this setup is all about your positioning. You you were in the perfect position and then you adjusted too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, too far forward. You want to be a little bit past that tile line. Like that's fine. Like you're over adjusting.
So like right there should do it. Well, maybe.
Yes.
Oh, whoops.
The only thing that might be causing problems is that you're putting the C4 in the wrong position. I'm going to show it to you again. You should see. Actually, you can see through that image. You see where the C4 is? Like it's along that edge of the tile. I mean, it can also be on the corner of the tile. Like I think like you'd have to be right there. Like that's fine too. You just can't. It can't be angled, right? Like if you're too askew of it, it's gonna push you in an angle, and we're trying to boost ourselves as far forward as possible. So you can be like right there. You can be, but it has to be a straight detonation. So again, just take your time with it. Don't rush the placement of anything.
Okay. Let me try it again.
So you keep on over adjusting. Try under adjusting.
Okay. So.
Because you're consistently going too far forward.
Okay.
See, that'll work. Well, but that's good. That's an under adjustment. So now you see what an under adjustment is. Now we thread the needle. That's perfect. That should be perfect. See? That's perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
I remember it was this.
Yep.
And was it up or?
Go down left.
Okay.
That door is where you start the stage at. We are going deeper into the beast, not away. Okay, now you plant the C4 in the corner. You should make a save stay here. So you can practice this part as well.
Oh, whoops. Oh wait, did I just go the wrong way? I did, didn't I?
Yep, that is not right.
So it's this way.
You go up.
Can you do the C4 again? I'm sorry for this part.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Okay, there it is. Save one. I had to scroll through everything. Corner. Tile line. Corner. Tile line. It might be... Yeah, that was too much. I want to, like, intersect. I actually killed the guard. That's funny. Corner. It doesn't have... It could be this corner as well. It doesn't matter. Tile line. Boom.
Okay. Oops. Oh, whoops.
Yeah, you want to plant it while you're facing the corner. You've confirmed, oh, I'm at the wall.
I was supposed to go up, right?
Yep. It's fine, though. You're not going in the wrong room.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, part of the issue here is that there's a bit of a time limit because there's a guard coming soon. So you have to be... I mean, you don't have to, like, super duper rush it. Still confirm visually that you're in the right position. Yeah, you're going way too fast. I don't even go this fast. Like, come on. See that Snake's head is split evenly down the middle. Sorry, I hit my mic. With the tile. Like, you want to bifurcate Snake with that tile line.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
There you go.
just try it one more time so I could.
Frankly, I feel this one is easier in terms of the visuals, but
Oh,
the there's restriction because of the time, because of the guard potentially
yeah.
coming over and hitting you.
So now from here,
You go,
this
you
is where
you
we stop.
go you go up left. You pick up the grenades, and you'll switch to the grenades.
Okay, so up left. Oh, whoops.
Also, I'm thinking that instead of doing the whole run, we're gonna do 6 through 8 rather
Oh,
than so we can get through all this stuff. Okay, you're gonna make another save state here for Pyrobison. Oh no, you have C4 out. I told you to get the grenades out.
yeah. That was a mistake. But
Oh, you just reload your save state. I'm telling you, this is the same deal. Like, you don't want to have the wrong thing out.
okay, let me just get to the.
No problem. Get to do this again.
Oh, whoops.
Rushy, rushy. You have a few seconds. All right, equip your grenades.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Then you can enter the room. Oh my gosh, please leave me alone. I just want to go. Okay. Do I have an easy bison save? Well, no, but I'm gonna make one now. Okay. Um this is Pyrobison. Now, a lot of stuff happens really quickly in this stage, so this is a stage you're gonna have to practice a fair bit. Just because it's like hard skip, then a boss fight. Okay, so you know this fight is about to start when he starts spraying his fire like that. What we're gonna do is abuse his iframes very hard. I went in with C4, which is not great, but whatever. I'll swap. Technically, I kind of lied to you. Like, you can change it out, but I'm trying to drill in your head. Like, come into the fight prepared because you don't want to have to like menu first. Get into like the fighting mindset rather than the menuing mindset. Um, Sorry for lying to you, but it's just sort of like trying to give you good habits. Um, so Pyrobison is directly above you. He's going to usually move towards the right. He's a little bit random, but the reason why I'm telling you to have grenades is because we're going to use the grenades to do an iframe setup. So I'm going to throw a grenade, and the goal is to basically initiate a loop with said grenade. So this is just to start it. You can also start it with the R5, but it's not as consistent. So I just suggest people use the grenade first. As you saw, I took damage and used my ration, which is why you want to have rations out. You're likely to use a ration during this stage. So there is a GIF on the wiki, which I will link to you right now, that is his iframes. Um, well, it's his iframes. And what we're trying to do, and posted in the chat for everyone. So his elbow goes sharp right, but like it's the second to last frame, um, before he recovers. And basically, when I see that, excuse me, when I see, when I see that frame of the sharp elbow, I get ready to shoot again. So you have to be paying very close attention, and also you need to be in a certain distance from him to shoot appropriately, um, to abuse this iframe trick. Otherwise, what you need to do is wait for him. You'll see him like spray, and you want to shoot when his tanks are straight on with you. So right now they're perpendicular, right? Or yeah, perpendicular, but we want them to be parallel. So you see I'm watching his iframes. I mean, you can't tell that I'm watching, but I'm looking at his iframes to know when to shoot again. You just do it over and over and over again. Um, in concept, this is very simple, but there is some weird things that can happen. For instance, um, he could decide to turn around and start burning you from the wrong direction, which is not good. You'll take damage, but hopefully you have rations to cover yourself. So like that's not good. Um, and if you're too far away from him, he'll stop doing the counter attack, which is that when he's like fanning the flames back and forth. So like if I'm too far away, I'll show you. Just like load the fight again. If I'm too far away, it's like I'm gonna try and do it from here. See, like he walked away. Like I'm too far away. You need to be close enough to him, right? Or else he's just gonna start moving. Um, you also don't want to loop from down here because you see I'm getting hurt. His fire is right in my face. So don't loop below him because you'll take damage. I mean, you can, but it's not. This is not good. I'd have to be. See, like now I'm still taking damage. I mean, you can take it on easy, but this is not good on higher difficulties. Better to be standing at his side or above him than below him. Being below him is literally the worst place. Yeah, so to review, approach with a grenade, throw like at that crate, and then you're gonna get into position, either at his side or above him. Watch for his sharp elbow. And shoot. So I try to pay very close attention. That's really all there is to it. I mean, you could like do a count as well. But I use a visual cue, but there is probably it's like 1 second or so. And then you shoot again.
Okay.
No questions?
No, at the moment, no.
All right, cool. And
All right.
then we beat stage 8.
All right. So go in. Uh, just want to make sure. Yep. Okay.
Stage 6 and stage 7 were just the appetizers for the entree of stage 8. Actually, I wouldn't even call stage 7 an appetizer. It's like a wafer. Good catch. Keeping your rations out. Like I said, it's very likely you'll need one on this stage, so. And notice that he's like slowly getting further and further away from you.
Yeah.
So if you need to adjust, you can. He doesn't take that many hits on easy, so it's not too much of a concern. But again, if you start off being kind of far away from him, he could eventually start walking away, and that's bad. At that point, you probably want to just throw another C4 grenade at him and then start over, right? But um, you don't want that because you want to save your grenades. So you can do the fight again. I mean, it is really simple, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty easy. Oh, whoops.
So yeah, you saw like he went straight down first rather than to the right. It's just he's a bit random. There is a way to manipulate his movements, which is what we do on very hard because of health concerns. We really don't want to get hit by him. But it's not, we don't really care on easy, right? So, okay. I'm going to have you do all of stage 8 together. It's a
Okay.
doozy.
Okay. Let me go.
Unless you want me to show you anything that you're have questions about or whatever. I can do that first, but
Um, I think I'm good. I'll just start from here, I
cool.
guess.
Yep. Start from there. Starting from outside, it's like that's why I told you make a save state here, because it's like,
This is
oh, I really need to teach you how to hold left. Like, no, I don't. You should know, like, okay, we're going to power plant. Because the other way is the way you just came from, and there was bombs coming down on you, so you can't go that way. Don't forget you want to check your pillar. I know you already know what this pillar is, but when you're waiting for the elevator, you want to do that. Not super important right now, but you'll be kicking yourself in a full game run if you're not doing that. So then
oh,
you'll be very lost.
yeah, I
You
keep
go down
forgetting
right.
where to go.
Welcome to Ghost Babel starting out. It's like, where am I going now? You're going down. You're going into the basement. Pick up the ration if you want. I suggested just starting out. Then we go through the vent.
Oh,
And we're going
no.
all the way to the left.
I kept trying to squeeze
You're
through.
you're doing like the mistake that we make when we're running around a snake, but it's in slow motion. Just wait until you're past the corner. There's no rush here. Certainly not a rush in Snake's animation, that's for sure.
I always forget here. Upright? Oh, I know.
No, you're going to the door in the bottom right. That is a dead end.
Oh, well.
It's okay, the alert clears once you get through this door.
Get the key.
Through the door. Yep. Good job.
And up here.
Yep, grab the C4.
Is it this
Then
way?
we do the damage boost on the left side.
Oh, left.
Yeah, because that part is non-electrified. Which, when you come through here the first time, you don't get electrocuted.
Oops.
Then you go check for the pillar now. It's like, okay, there it is.
Oops.
Get your C4 out.
Oh, damn it.
It's okay. Once this codec is done, just go back up. I mean, you know where the C4 position is, right?
Yeah.
It's at that tile corner. The only reason why I tell you to hold down right is just because you already get yourself set up, but you don't technically need it. So you just
Oh, whoops.
that might work. At this point, you want to just try again, plan another C4. That's too far, way too far.
Yeah.
There you go. You're turning down right too early. You gotta hold down. You were actually fine, but you started holding down right, and that turn animation makes it impossible.
All right, let me, I guess, load it back to where this point was.
You were already in you keep on over adjusting. It was fine.
Oh, whoops.
Yep, and that's too angled. At the tile, step by step, at the tile corner, or at the corner. Then you get past that tile line, and then you hold down after you get blown up.
Let's down.
Yep, and you go down.
Oh,
Let me place the C4 in the corner. Okay, and then you put that C4 flush with the wall.
oh, damn it. I went too fast there.
Yeah. Classic problem. You can try it again. It's not like you're in an unwinnable scenario there. Especially like if you screw it up in a run, like there's no save states. You know, you gotta roll with it. I guess you were just like a little bit too far back. Yeah, either use his head or the shadow. Those are the two visual cues I would suggest. Probably the shadow. Maybe a little bit more obvious.
This is a doozy of a stage.
I told you. This is I told you it's pivotal. It happens very fast and there's a lot to remember in a short period of time. Thankfully, Pyrobison is simple on this difficulty. I mean, he's also pretty simple on normal, just you're at more risk of dying. Okay, I'm going to show you Nikita skip a couple of times.
Okay.
I'm going to do everything slowly. So if you happen to go in the wrong spot, you want to be... See, Snake is right below this tile line. Okay. I go to... You could just also use his shadow, okay? I'm intersecting here. You can plant it early, but it just needs straight on, right? You just have to be straight on. So that you just drive a straight down line from the C4 to this hallway. You keep on like planting it here. This is not where the hallway is, right?
Mhm.
You're causing an angle. You have to be straight down. It's not so much the position, it's your relationship to the position. Well, you want to be on this x-axis, right? But or the y-axis, excuse me. You want to be on this y-axis, but the x-axis doesn't really matter. So, somewhere in this area, but straight down. Okay, and then I'm gonna go boom, 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 boom. That'll work. That'll work. You know, looking at it, I'm looking at the shadow on the floor, like my shadow, and I'm holding down. It's very easy to make the mistake where you hold down right too early. Make sure you get past the floor. This is why throwing the chaff is kind of janky. Like I said, you really don't need chaff, but I hug this wall. Go 2 tiles up. Again, you hear me constantly talk about tiles this, tiles that, but like these are grids. They're great visual cues to know distance. And we go up, flush with the wall, intersect snake, halfway, like that. Throw stun. Boom. I'm gonna do it again, this time without quite as much interruption, but that works. You see, I'm trying to model like, is this right? Yes, this is right. Okay, measure twice, cut once. You don't want to have to cut again because you're probably going to be annoyed with yourself and then you're going to rush yourself, right? You just got to get emotional. Don't get emotional with this trick or it will kill you, especially if you're on anything higher than easy. I mean, on very hard, you cut once, and if you don't cut correctly, it's over. Your run is probably over. So, flush with the wall. Cut the shadow evenly. Oh, I needed to adjust. That's fine. I went too far forward. I recognize it. I look at it. Am I right? I go. I try to make this narrative, you know? There's a narrative to how you do all of this. So it's not so stressful. All right. Rather than do the first part of the stage, let's just see you do Nikita skip again.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Oh, I forgot about the cam shot.
You know, that's a minor inconvenience. I can be picky, but whatever. We'll get picky with that stuff once you get the whole rundown. That worked, but again, like, what's the rush? You don't have to detonate the C4 that quickly. You were in the right position. I mean, maybe you saw it that fast. I don't know if I would, but good job.
Okay.
All right. Now do the whole stage again. Sorry. I mean, welcome to stage 8. This is, by the way, the nickname for this stage that Jaguar calls it is stage hate, not stage 8, stage hate.
Stage hate.
because the stage hates you. On very hard, it definitely hates you. Very hard. This is where we all clench and sweat bullets. On easy, you know, take it nice and chill. We drink a little bit of green tea. We live our life to the fullest. We're not afraid.
Okay. I guess I'll start now.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I was just riffing.
No, it's all good. Oh, whoops.
So on the way down, we go along this right wall, but on the way up, we go along the left side. All these little things you can tell yourself to help yourself out.
So right. Oh, whoops.
Yeah, that is I didn't really explain that to you, but if you can't damage boost, that's too wide. The damage boost on the puddle, it has to be a certain distance, right? Otherwise, he's just going to bounce back. But now you know. That was on the list of things to teach in this stage, that ranks as low on the list.
Oh, whoops. Oh, I forgot to have the card out.
Well, it's okay. Now they're going to open the door for you. Fine if you're on alert here, it doesn't really matter. Alerts clear so fast on easy that there is like an additional thing you have to do in this stage on higher difficulties that you don't have to worry about here. It's only that bottom right corner. There is no pillar spot on the electrified floor over there, by the way. So you just have to peek that spot, and then you move on. There's only 2 spots on that pillar. Bottom right, top right.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. I think you might be able to just hold down. I'm not sure, but then you're not going towards your goal. So, down right, the way. Now we tiptoe through the tulips. Wonderful.
Oh, whoops.
Get our C4 out. It even says on the wall C4. It reminds you. Nice.
Oh.
Look at that. Throw the stun at the wall. Okay, so when you go along that bottom wall, you turn into the wall and throw the stun, because there's that lag time when the stun is flying through the air. And guess what's going to happen while that stun's flying through the air? You get smacked. Yeah, that is a good point. You can fire the gun before doing a Nikita skip as well. It's just at some point before you cross the turret. On the higher difficulties, there's another gun camera right after the electric floor. So when you do the higher difficulties, you want to do the cam shot earlier, but it doesn't really matter here. But that is true, like for good practice for higher difficulty, you want to do the cam shot before you do Nikita skip. So good point. I just didn't really care to talk about that since first thing is Tony needs to do Nikita skip. All right, let's see you do Bison. Big boy Bison. Then after that, we'll cut back to stage 6 and do the 3 stages in a row. I considered doing the whole game up until this point, but I feel like it's better just for education to do 6, 7, 8, and you can do 1 through 8 for yourself. I mean, it's been a few weeks, so you're definitely going to need a review for all that stuff too.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a thing that can happen. Oh, man. If you ever do VR, you'll learn about running into your own grenade explosion because you're trying to cut every frame out. Oh, that's funny. 325, that's pretty good. You're a natural, man. You're getting through stage 8. And good news, there's no more wacky tricks like that, or quite as wacky. Okay, so would you like to now? Well, we can take a little break. I'm not gonna just like hound you here, but do 6, 7, 8 in sequence,
Uh, yeah, we could do that.
unless you have a better idea. I'm all ears.
No, I think that's gonna be a good idea.
All right, cool. I'm just making sure there was a little bit of a hesitancy to your voice. So, because we are at the 216 mark, so let me just lock the time here. Fantastic. All right, so we're going to change the scene, everyone. So just hang on 1 second. It is not actually warning shot summer right now, but I do want to mention to everyone that tomorrow is going to be the Metal Gear Solid 3 run from Apache Smash in the evening, North American time. So do check that out. Going to be very cool. All right. And you just tell me when you're ready and I'll start the timer.
Uh,
Unless you need to go take like a quick break, that's fine too.
no, I'm good. I'm just like kind of
Okay.
remembering.
Trying to be like, what was stage 6 again?
Yeah,
It feels like so long ago, right?
there was a lot, but
That was a lot, I know.
yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Give me a hot countdown then.
3, 2, 1, go.
Fantastic. So these stages altogether should probably take about 10, 11, 12 minutes or something. Good job on that stun throw.
I
They're
forgot how to
going,
go. Yeah.
yeah, you know. Thankfully, they funnel you, you know, eventually you realize where you're going.
Was it down? I think it was down.
Mm-hmm. Down. No, that's the front door.
Yeah. Oh,
We were going to Marionette L, who was not outside. That was Slasher Hawk. He's rotting out there, by the way. Fun fact. We killed that guy.
he did.
He's very dead. And this is Africa. It's not cold out there. Well, Pronal a bit early, but you know, not. It's a whatever situation. I'm not gonna smack your hand with the ruler for that one. So we just go down, down, down. Good job. Then we continue along the conveyor belt. Ooh, Platonic out of the 8 months of subscription. Thank you very much. Equip our R5 in our card. Go through the door. Nice and smooth. But here's the true tricky part of this stage. M.Owl. Mr. Owl. How many licks does it take to get to the center of Ghost Babel? Good movement, good shooting.
Messed up at the end there.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's fine. That was still a pretty good stage for a rookie. So, you know, you want like I think the ideal time on that stage is like a two teen of some kind, if I recall correctly. Might be a bit lower. I'll go look at my run. What's my... I know I messed it up a little bit in my run, but I got a 209.
Okay.
So some of that was just, oh, I forgot I need to go left instead of right. So that'll come with time once you get over the hurdles of learning this game. Which, admittedly, there are some pretty big hurdles. Not gonna lie. This is IMO, probably the hardest 2D game to learn. Just in a general sense. Snake's Revenge also was pretty rough.
Oh, whoops, not that one.
Yep, all the way up. There you go. That long L. Ride that long L all the way up to history. Then we sit through a cutscene, which is frankly cool, but you know.
Hey, you get to see this.
Yeah, this is one of the coolest moments in the game.
And then Snake just sits there and does nothing with
He's just
artillery.
like, what should I do? For as smart as people make Snake out to be, sometimes he's kind of just like, well, it's like a flee, fight, or freeze. And right now he's freezing.
Just like brushes it off like it's nothing.
Well, he always looks very cool and collected in the codec. All right, so we're going to take the same route back, but we have to go prone at different points. Nice.
Not too early. Well,
Too early. Kablooey. Kablooey again. You got the rough sketch of it. Like I said, I wouldn't be too worried about that stage. Just don't die.
I'll try not to.
Yeah, well, you didn't, so good job. You see why, like, I now suggest everyone, I mean, I guess you have no frame of reference since you haven't tried normal, but this is why I tell everyone just to learn the game on easy. The margin of error is just so much larger, and there's fewer things you have to worry about screen to screen, You learn the core mechanics, you learn where you're supposed to go, which is so important in this game. You don't need to, you just hold left. No need to angle, just keep on holding the direction. It's
Okay.
a frame saver because he's going to move on his own, so let him move on his own once the IGT pauses. Again, super duper minor.
I always forget. I don't. I gotta like study this.
Yep, well, when we get to stage 9, not tonight, obviously, but that whole pillars, that's going to be the whole name of the game. So make sure to menu for your card now. You can menu for the grenade as well. So you get your grenades out and your card out. This is the next two things you're going to use.
I forgot about the grenade. I was like, wait, which one was it again?
Well, you actually had it out. And
Yeah.
you're like, nah, I need C4 next. Yeah, I know you're very antsy to do Nikita skip, but we have to get the card first.
Oh, whoops.
Technically, you could do Nikita skip, but then you would be stuck because you don't have an upgraded card. And then you will be sad boy. So then you'll have to backtrack. So which direction are we going in this next room?
Is it down right?
Yep.
Okay.
You have a ton of time to think about it in this vent. And there's no need to like change your angle. Just keep on holding down left the whole time. No need to rotate.
Oops.
Okay. That I'm aware of, at least. Good job.
Oh, oops. There we go. Oh, what am I doing?
You're not in the elevator yet, but
Yeah.
it's a good thought. You've pressed it. You menued. If you don't see the door close, you did it a frame too early. Like, you'll know you did it correctly if the door is closing. You want your ration out. All right, let's see that tiptoe Tony. Nice. Plant that C4. Now we're gonna set up that C4 flush on the wall.
Oh no, I think I messed up.
That's yeah, it's too far. You just try again.
Oops.
Nope, not like that.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, that's why I say down. You were holding down, which you're going to cause yourself to go against the wall. Down right. That way Snake does not. You don't have to do this weird timing thing where you're like turning and then throwing the stun. You're just holding the direction until you see the stun thrown and then you change direction. Pew pew pew.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was about to say like you're a bit too far. But, you recovered. All right, so you did 6, 7, 8 and 13 and a half minutes basically. Not bad, not bad. I mean, you're I could tell you getting pretty consistent with the Nikita skip.
Yeah.
Um, Very nice. So how are you feeling?
Still overwhelming, or
Definitely not whelmed.
definitely not well. But um, it's good. I like putting like if it feels like I'm putting the pieces together. I just got to take my time with it. But so far, I'm slowly understanding it.
Yeah, I mean, that is exactly what it is. You got to put those pieces together and since you've been off for a few weeks, it's like, oh, well, now Ghost Babel. It's like, okay, I got to remember all that stuff before. And, it is a lot to remember. I don't really think about it as much because I've been running the game for so long, 4 years. Like, I have all that stuff already ingrained about places and directions and stuff.
Right.
So the overall flow is the challenging part, but I think you fundamentally understand the Nikita skip, which is really good.
Hmm.
Um, and you slowed yourself down and you're not like panicking, which is really good. And you're totally fine at Bison. Like again, I could give you some criticisms, but they're not really that relevant. That's like, once you have a full grasp of the game, then I could, tell you like, okay, here's how you can make this adjustment so you avoid this mistake. Um okay, so I think we have, let me check my feed here. So we technically could do another run through unless you want to just call it here. I'm fine with that too. But we could do another one of 678 if you'd like. Up to you.
Um, I could do another one of 678.
All right. All right, folks. Let's do some 678. I'm feeling great. Not feeling the hate. I'm feeling great.
Just reload it.
You just so the time to beat is 13:24.
Okay.
So you just give me that hot countdown.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, start.
Oh, he's throwing the start instead of the go. Look at this guy.
Good.
Some kind of hot shot. Next thing I know, Tony's gonna go 3, 2, 1, begin.
Hajime.
Hajime. Oh,
I gotta hit him with the mix up.
it's true. Of course, the issue with begin is it's 2 syllables rather than 1 syllable. We all know. The shorter the syllable, sorry, it's all good. The shorter, the fewer the syllables, the better.
I was gonna say, I didn't expect it to be that serious. It's like things falling over.
Oh man. Sorry, I did not get a whole lot of sleep, so I'm a little stir crazy.
Yeah, I got hit by that guy.
Rip. You could also shoot him if you want, like, he'll die in one shot, so there is that. And that's obviously much better than getting knocked over. It's simple math. Risk reward. RVR.
Oh, whoops.
Want to thank everyone who's been watching. This is Metal Gear Speedrunners, the premier place to watch Metal Gear speedrunning action across the Metal Gear Speedrunners community. So if you're not already following this channel, you should definitely give it a follow, along with our social links at MGS Runners on Twitter and / Metal or MGS Runners on YouTube, excuse me. And of course, as I was saying earlier, we have another Metal Gear run coming up at SGDQ, which is ongoing right now. Tomorrow will be Apache Smash doing European Extreme Metal Gear Solid 3. Might be with a tuxedo, we'll see. So do check that out. That'll be in the evening in American hours. All right, so we hold up left. Get that pew pew going.
Oh
Weave
my
between
God.
the bullets if you can. Yeah, that pattern, that pattern where it like the owl like stops and starts. He'll do that in both the top side and the bottom side. So, good tip while you're in these cutscenes and codecs is just, and really this goes beyond Ghost Babel. It's just any speedrun. Rather than dozing off and thinking about, getting a snack or whatever, think, okay, what's the next thing I need to do? So you can start visualizing those spots you need to drop yourself on the floor to pick up the mines, for instance. Since this game comes at you fast and furious, when it does not come at you fast and furious, that's your time to think about, use your notes, all that stuff. There's a good amount of resources on the wiki. I'm not going to say it's completely comprehensive, but there are screenshots and things you can like open up per stage. You're like, okay. Excuse me. As far as the rest of the game goes, stage 9 is a bit wibbly wobbly in terms of how long it takes. Sometimes it takes longer, sometimes it takes shorter. It's not really that like complicated of a stage per se, it's just annoying. Stage 10 is just a boss. Stage 11 is like the last really chunky stage. And also has a boss. Every stage after 9 has a boss in it. Good job, you crossed at the right time. Going prone a little bit too early. You want to go prone at that solo rock on the left side. But you didn't die. And I think you saved 1 more second compared to last time, so that's improvement.
I think I did. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I think you had a 51 last time. Ideally, in a RTA full game run, you get 43. All right. Stage great when Tony runs it. That's the goal here. So after you press that elevator button, you're gonna want to check that pillar spot. Then while you're in that elevator, you menu to your grenades and your card. Don't forget your card. Nice. And then we do right as we go down, and then left as we go back up. We come back here in like 80 seconds or whatever.
Oh, damn it. I hit that corner again.
Yeah, you just want to go a bit wider. You want to be in line with that ammo box.
Okay. That was weird.
Then we will be going to the bottom right side. Once we get to the next room.
Ugh.
I would suggest not doing diagonals there and actually doing like four-way movement because it's really easy to accidentally hit the electrified puddle when you're doing those turns. I mean, if you know exactly where to turn, then it's no big deal, but don't.
Yeah, I get hesitant there.
You know, the confidence will come. Nice, you remember to hold down right. Very good. Then we're gonna put our C4 in line with the little hallway.
Damn it.
It's okay. Try again.
There we go.
That's why we have those extra rations. Plot that C4 down and go through the hole. And we're gonna put that C4 flush with the wall. That looks perfect. Man, you just got completely wrecked. You stand up and immediately got punched at like the perfect
Yeah.
frame. Like that is so rough. Again, sometimes this game just has it out for you. There's not much you can do about it. All
Oh.
right. Mr. Bison. So yeah, that's the thing. Like, you throw the grenade, you basically want to pay attention to the radar or the map, and just try to see like you're actually gonna hit him. You know, because he can move a bit randomly. Well, good on ya, Bucko. You got a 13 flat, 1259 ish. So you save like 25 seconds.
Nice.
Very good. Very good work, Tony. It's overwhelming, I know. Stage 8 is a doozy, but you're much more confident in it than when you started. And even though, like, we had Mirrored et al. Being like, "What the heck am I doing?" And then you're like, "Oh, this isn't that bad." Um, I probably made it sound way more complicated than it had to be, but um, that being said, uh, thanks for joining me for another part of this episode 24 of I'm No Rookie. How you feeling?
A lot better. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, no, it's like I mentioned, it's putting those pieces together. When you break it down, the way that you're breaking it down, it makes it a lot easier to learn. So, thank you.
Yeah, it's the beauty of this run is we can break it down into those little chunks. Good news is you're halfway done, over halfway done at this point. Um, I would argue that a lot of the hard stuff is already over, frankly. I'm not saying like there isn't stuff that you still have to learn or anything like that. Obviously, you still have to do the memorization game and know where to go, but you know, Nikita Skip is trying at the best of times. It's very stressful. I'm not sure if you feel stressed out when you're doing that, but it is a bit stressful.
I think the biggest struggle for tonight was Nikita skip for sure. But um,
I think the last time it was understanding state like where to go in stage 5 because there's so much, and then thermo skip was tricky. But then we came up with something a lot more manageable from it was like a teaching moment for both of us. So
yeah,
um yeah, for sure. So I want to thank everyone who has been watching episode 24 on I'm No Ricky. I've been Plywood, and he's been SolidTony. If you want to follow either of our streams, we're at twitch.tv/plywood underscore, and SolidTony's at /SolidTony on Twitch. Tomorrow, as I stated earlier, is Apache Smash's European Extreme MGS3 run for GDQ, so do check that out. And that is going to be it for episode 24. I think we may do episode 25 next week with Tony, depending. I'm not gonna hold him on the spot right now, but hopefully we'll do that. If not, maybe I'll start learning some Solid 4 or maybe I'll start routing hard Ghost Babel. See what that's all about. We'll see.